of the most stressful things that can happen to a family is to have a baby admitted to the neonatal intensive care unit. That's a tough experience. You're expecting this baby that you can take home in a couple of days, and the baby's going to be well and healthy, and you end up in an intensive care unit with your baby. That's a big deal for families. We almost become like uncles or aunts to these kids, especially the staff, the nurses and people that work quite a bit. They are the most dedicated group of people to providing great care to kids that I've ever worked with. And even though we're technically not a freestanding children's hospital like Seattle Children's, where I came from, the care that we provide here for kids is as high as anything I've ever seen any of the other places that I've worked at.
They're just so fun. They're so real. If they're hurting, they let you know they're hurting, and if they're feeling better, they show you that.
When he would be in a coma, the staff grew to just love my son. Not just one nurse or one doctor, but every single one of them.
Whatever difficult times people are going through, you want to be there and let them know that someone cares. Even if that means just standing there, that sometimes that's all they need.
It's a lot of fun to be able to talk to multiple generations, parents, aunts and uncles, grandparents. Everybody's involved in the care of kids. The staff has been known on multiple occasions to take up collections for patients, to be able to get what they need while they're in town.
If they see a child that doesn't have anything to do, they might go buy coloring books or just something to keep them engaged out of their own pocket.
Most of our families and our patients come from rural areas, so they're coming from far away. They often don't have advance notice that they're coming in, and they often don't know how long they're going to be here for. So a parent may only come in with 1 or 2 sets of clothing, and they may actually be here for 2 or 3 months if their kid is really sick. They're kind of forced with trying to figure out how to wash their clothes, and we don't have a good option right now.
The facilities for pediatrics are a little bit small for the population that we take care of, and so it can be a little challenging trying to fit as many kids that we see into this very small space. And once the kids do get there, it's not a particularly family-friendly environment, and it's not a particularly kid-friendly environment either. It's a very stressful thing to have a kid admitted to the hospital, and if you can make the facilities as much of a warm, inviting experience as you can, I think our patients would appreciate that and would definitely heal better.
There's a lot of visitors in this population. Sometimes we'll have 10, 15 people in a room, and they're sitting on the floor, and they're all cramped in really tight with each other.
And we would have so many visitors. So we would sleep in the waiting room. In the waiting room, they have these, I think it's the chairs. I can't even remember. It's the chairs, and it's a common waiting room.
Sometimes families, although they appreciate the care that we're giving, and they see that we're doing a really good job with the kids, and from a healthcare standpoint, they would prefer that it was a little bit nicer place for them to spend multiple days or up to weeks while they're admitted at the hospital.
The care that you receive, because they have set the standard of such excellence that it doesn't match what's actually in the facility. And if the 2 and 2 match, oh my gosh.
The one thing I would say is, if you do decide to donate, that money will have an effect on every kid that comes through. It will affect that kid's life for generations.